Welcome back to Ni no Kuni 2. So, yeah, Goldpaw went through quite a tribulation. So,
Implying it isn't still, they've lost their Kingmaker.
And, yeah. Well, they didn't lose the Kingmaker so much that the King lost his King's Bond, meaning now it's going to be quite the trouble to, reign. However, we at the very least managed to, put the Kingmaker unconscious, so he should leave them alone for a while now. In the meantime,
well, that's what I mean, though. Essentially, they've lost their Kingmaker, and now their Kingmaker is hell-bent on destroying their kingdom.
Anyway, alright.
Basically, Joe is gonna be finding a solution in the fastest time possible.
Goody.
We can't do anything about it right now, so let's go back to Niall and tell him we got him his forest back.
Might as well.
Hi, Niall. We got your forest back. Great.
And we had quite a lot of trouble getting it.
Go ahead, Dips.
Yeah, you beauties, you bunny wee beauties. I've got my forest back, and it's all thanks to yourselves. You can have all the trees you want. Knock yourselves out.
We had to go for a lot to get them, so thank you.
Good. Just take all the trees and fuck off.
Thank you. We only asked
Thank you very much.
Take all of them. I don't give a shit.
He doesn't actually, so yeah.
No, he doesn't.
Now we can finally start building our kingdom.
Well, of course he doesn't, because anyone with two brain cells to rub together knows that trees grow back.
Shiroi?
Wait. Now, Pugnacious had his King's Bond stolen by a creepy snake. Yeah, snake-bearded headed weirdo.
Weird.
You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
I told you, lassie, I don't give a shit.
Lassie is not a Welsh thing.
Cassie.
Okay, no, I'm voicing Niall as a Scottish guy.
Yeah.
Oh, he's Scottish?
Yes.
In my mind, he is, yes.
Yo, Scottish and Welsh accents kind of blur.
Works fine for me. Go ahead, Dubs.
Aye, you wanted to, sure enough, but we taught a little lesson that won't forget. Goldpaw's safe, but no.
Oh, Batu sounds a bit Scottish now.
Kingspawn stealing's no mean feat, though.
Well, if there's one thing I've noticed is that Dwebs has a bit of trouble getting out in of accents.
He didn't happen to be using things of an awful filthy fuck, did he?
Yes. A sort of purple aura.
Oh, so
Which means it's evil.
That'll be the horned one doing then, right?
The horned one?
You'll see.
Oh.
The Horned King from Black Cauldron.
The old kingmaker of a place called Allegoria.
He
a
knows
nasty piece of work and no mistake. Now, someone to be using the beastie's powers would have to mean.
So there you go.
Allegoria.
Apparently Deloran got some kind of power from this Forgotten Kingdom. Yeah.
I cannot say being anyone but Deloran. He was the king that shared a bond with the creature.
Indeed.
So
basically, apparently he's an old king. Basically, yeah.
So we just need to go to this Allegoria place and get the bond back, right?
Well done, you make a fine president. You'll have a job doing that, I'm afraid.
Yeah, unfortunately.
that's what we're looking for.
Unfortunately, that kingdom, yeah.
Allegoria hasn't existed for 2,000 or more years now. It disappeared along with the land on which it stood.
Okay, so we got an Atlantis situation. No problem.
Fucking Atlantis again.
So he's the king of a country which hasn't existed for centuries. Oh, so he's a nobody.
Shiroi?
What does that mean? Is he a ghost or something?
Don't you mean a Revenant?
Fuck that Revenant shit. Whatever he is, I say he's looking to pitch people as kingshoods in order to try and bring the Horned One back somehow.
Basically, the Horned One is a mighty beast. That's all you need to know for now.
So, bad news.
Yeah.
And if he does that, the whole world will be filled with purple fuck before you can say, we're doomed!
Alright, so we've got our goal. Our main Save the World goal.
So, Pugnacious was right. He'll be trying to steal more King's Bonds.
Why isn't it focusing on?
You'll see, guys. Hold on.
Lost.
What are you looking at like for, man?
Aww.
Evan is
afraid.
Evan is afraid of losing his King's
What are you
Bond.
looking at me like that for, man?
then we mustn't let him succeed. We can't let him bring back the Horde One.
All right, then. We have a goal.
Stop the bad
We
man.
sure can't. But if we're going to stop him, we'll need the strength of an entire kingdom. A kingdom we haven't even started building yet.
Yeah, true. We can't get too ahead of ourselves, lest we end up like the kingdom
Sure.
of
Then let's go
concept.
to work, shall we? Also,
Let's
Jogo was speaking. So.
I want to go back
I
to
sure I was being
Anglesey.
polite.
Also, I'm
let's get
looking
the building
forward
we
to
are.
seeing Allegoria.
Ha 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 ha.
Hold on. Go, Liz.
Sounds like a plan, right enough. I best come with you. You've been needing my help.
You're gonna be a member of the kingdom, aren't you?
Yeah, very good, Jova.
We're not putting him in charge of our finances.
It's interesting you say that. It's interesting you say that,
Get out of the
Jova.
way by now, I reckon.
No, he's not.
The common sense is that we do not put the man who lost his entire land in charge
Well,
of our
to be fair,
finances.
Jova, he was tricked because the dice were like the. Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah, Scottish and Welsh working together, man.
Mass hysteria.
So there you go. While we were gone, the rest of the crew started building on their own.
Productive.
Alright then, you English bastards, get to work.
Where did all these people come from?
And yeah, that's another thing. A lot of other people also came in for, while we were gone. Yeah.
I see Sky Pirates, Greenlings, even a few people from Ding Dong Dell.
Someone spread the word, but who could it have been?
Leaf book.
Obviously, Tommy,
well-
come on.
They must all want to be a citizen of our amazing new kingdom.
Tawny, we haven't made our new kingdom yet. What have I said about the kingdom of concept? We don't want to follow their example.
She used the Leaf Book, obviously, to disadvantage, most likely.
What, she raised a Kickstarter for it while she was at
Yes.
it?
How did the squabs out without Kawadok?
There you
Hey,
go.
maybe that's where the missing
Oh,
funds.
there you go.
You beat effect for that, son. I didn't expect so many to turn up so.
Alright then.
Thanks, Neil.
Really?
Thanks, Neil.
Sure.
How did
well.
you even?
Leaf book.
I put the word out on the street, you know.
There you go, Jova. The game just answered you once more.
I mean, with Leaf book, it's really easy for him to do that.
We thank you for getting the old forest back, like.
Hey guys, come meet me in our kingdom. Post. Like this if you
That's
want.
more than we could have hoped for.
I haven't actually
It's like
shown.
the equivalent of inviting people to like a Facebook party. Everyone's just
I
showing
have
up.
only the teensy wincy of favours. And make me your minister of finance.
Absolutely not.
No.
Actually, Jova, he can't. He actually does mean that. He can indeed.
I believe that, but anyone who gambles an entire forest, I'm gonna want some background checks on. I think that sounds like a wonderful idea.
Evan.
I'm screaming inside right now.
So, if Niall
But
is
he's the
missing
only one I
finance,
have.
guess that makes Batu the Minister of Defense.
Which means Batu gets to beat the crap out of people.
The swab in charge of fighting, you mean? The sound of that a good deal? Ha!
There you go.
Yar. And I guess I can be your advisor.
So you'll
Wow,
be the
that's quite
prime
a downgrade
minister?
from being the president, you know.
I have a little experience running a country. I'm sure I can help out there and there.
Just a little.
You just
Okay,
been
I-
lazy, aren't you, man?
Go ahead, Jova.
No, you be my chief counsel. I'm no politician, Roland. I shall need your help.
Yep. Well, it's true. Evan doesn't have any. It's
You've
true.
been told by a
Oh,
9-year-old.
that's very kind of you.
Well, it's true. Evan doesn't have any experience, so obviously he's gonna need Roland's help.
I don't know if I'll be.
You know what's funny? One of the terms for president is commander-in-chief, so chief counsel kind of fits. It's the king's job to appoint his ministers, correct? And I hereby appoint you chief counsel.
Besides, you're wearing a full-metal alchemist cosplay. No one can take you
Well-
seriously anyway.
Alright then. Chief Counsel it is.
I mean, you're the smartest
By
one here.
royal appointment.
Oh, then what's little Tiny gonna do?
Tany's
We'll
gonna be our head miner, Dwebs. You'll see.
I'm guessing that she'll be the first woman.
No problem. Happy to see you finally taking the lead.
Jova, not yet. Hold on.
United Nations will
Well,
never be.
Pedro, the trailers kind of spoiled it. I suppose I am, aren't I? I'm still not sure if I'm up for the job, but I have to try. And thanks to you all, I finally feel ready to.
Am I gonna speak today?
Not yet. I'll try my best, for your sakes and for mine.
This is Evan's moment. Come on, Lofty, hold on a moment.
I got more work at a stage play in Llandudno.
There you go.
Flip, man, I almost forgot.
Yeah.
If we're building a kingdom, we need a proper tidy name, innit? To make things official, like.
Oh,
Alright.
I know this one. I know this one from Titan A. Planet Bob. There you go.
I've been doing some thinking about that.
It's actually quite
Can
a
we
clever...
I got it. Can I call this place? Can I call this place to Cardiff?
Nino Kuni. He's gonna call Nino Kuni, isn't he?
Evermore.
Really? That's the best name you can think of.
You might remember that Shadar's kingdom was called Nevermore. So now we have Evermore.
Really? You just
Evermore,
removed the N.
I like it. Did you come up with that yourself?
No, I stole it and removed the N.
Actually, oh no, it's from an ancient story, a tale as old as time, they say. The story of a great kingdom whose people were so happy that they wished for it to last forever.
Cardiff?
Fitting.
Oh no, wait, that's that was the opposite.
Alright, and now? Yeah, go ahead, Shuri.
Alright, Mr. King, you've named your country. Time to address your adoring citizens.
Speech!
Oh.
Speech!
Oi, Moses! I'm your king now, and you'll do what I say, or I'll behead your mother.
Alright.
Behead you, Mary.
Alright, Evan. Speech?
Yar.
Hey,
I'm the kingmaker, so let me helping him with his speech.
There you go.
True.
The king's talking.
Yeah, that's practically what Dwifts is trying to do.
Alright, Evan. Speech time! No pressure, Evan.
I didn't even get any preparation time, but here goes.
Hi.
Please let's be happy.
It never is.
It never is, well, yeah.
As
bountiful kingdom where everyone
Don't be nervous, Evan. Come on.
ever after.
No, I've enunciate more. Don't just sound like you're reading off the script.
Oh, come on, dude. He's nervous. It's intentional.
Well, not about him, all about the actor's delivery.
I know, that's what I mean. Like, that's the whole point. He's
Hold on.
nervous.
Jesus. Now, Evan, about writing this constitution.
Later, too.
Oh.
Dave, you missed your line.
No, it's hard.
it's
yeah.
voice, Pedro.
Sorry, I haven't got
Pay
distracted.
attention, man.
You're the one playing the game.
This is where it all begins. Here and now. Our
This is the beginning.
No!
Hey, I like that song.
I do
What
too,
song
but
is that anyway?
it's from Blue
Eternity.
Dragon. That's all you need to know.
It's eternity.
Time and eternity?
No.
No, God, no.
So the people who had heeded Niall's call.
And so it came to pass. There was little yellow creature,
Hey, shut up. We have a proper narrator talking right now.
a Scottish Yoda, an American president,
Kingdom where
a London-sounding bloody lass, their overbearing father, and a blonde little
There you go. The
shorty.
game ends, and then Uncle Bandai asks you to buy the other episodes for like $20 each.
Buy your toys.
That would be the kind of future
Alright,
that EA
end of chapter
would
3.
love.
So, another dream with the curious boy.
For someone with a brand new kingdom, you don't look very happy.
Well, I did have a long and busy
Responsibilities.
day.
But I'm worried. There's still so much we don't know.
Evan, are you speaking inside the Soul Stone again?
Of course, bent on destroying our whole world. How can I ever hope to overcome something like that? You can't, on your own. But you're not on your own, are you?
You're never alone.
No, not anymore. I have friends beside me. The best friends I could ever hope for.
I just hope they don't die.
So, Pedro, it's literally like South Park, The Stick of Truth. Go make some friends on Facebook.
At the end,
Yeah, basically.
I suppose so. I can only do my best after all.
True.
Exactly. And your best is only going to get better.
Oh, thanks, Muff. You always give the best advice.
Evan, who you talking to?
Oh, just my friend Moth.
Who?
Moth from Fire Emblem.
We've done the invisible friend in the first game.
So here,
Oh, there you go.
Bloody easiest name I've ever seen.
A very modest beginning.
Still in early stages, obviously, yeah.
Yeah, you see, it's a work in progress. It's like the Millennium Stadium.
Don't worry, we already got the essentials. A throne room.
Hey, unlike the bloody English, we're going to build it eventually, okay?
Very elvish.
Don't worry, Teo.
Evermore is beginning to look like a real kingdom. Actually, that was kind of like a compliment.
We'll make some improvements as we go.
Oh,
At the moment,
I
I'd
think
say
he meant that as a. I think he meant that as a compliment.
Yes.
Sure. All right.
At the moment, I'd say it's more like a village.
That's it, though. Maybe we should get materials that aren't flammable, like
It's
all
time
this
we had
wood.
a little talk about how a country needs to be run. If that's all right with you.
All right.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, sure. Let's take about country running lessons from the President of the United States.
Hey, it's not like the Prime Minister of Britain.
Anyway.
All right.
Chapter
Oh.
Let's see.
Ferdinand. Mighty.
What?
Oh, John Cena's going to guest star in this game.
But Joe, I can't see him.
You'll see Ferdinand.
Anyway.
We'll see him soon enough.
We'll see who Ferdinand is later.
The castel's ready, and things are coming along nicely, which means it's time to get down to the business of running your new nation. You know, the Huns are attacking, so...
Let's get down to business
Yep.
to run
Basically.
Set
your
up always
mission.
ministries. This place will need to grow into a fully fledged king, and we'll need to assign the right people to the right task.
What am I gonna do? What am I going to do?
You're gonna be.
Yeah.
You'll be
Kingmaker, you
the
do your
merchandise
Kingmaker
mascot.
duties.
We'll plaster your face onto every single cookie and ice cream.
Okay, sure. I'll go back to Cardiff and board the TARDIS, and then I'll stick the Welsh flag everywhere. That'll be perfect advertisement.
I'm taking a census of all your citizens and listed off who's killed at what.
All right then.
That's quite a sturdy survey.
Deciding who work where is up to you. That's a job for a king.
How many people do you think have lied on the
Plenty. So, I'll need to think about which roles will suit particular people and assign them accordingly.
You will be my chef, but I'm a builder, sir. Chef!
Right. Give it a try. You learn fastest by doing.
We already have a chef, Floyd, who we found in the forest.
I fired him. He was rubbish.
So, I'm guessing that basically we still just assign specific people here or there. It's already predetermined who will get what.
Don't worry, Jova. You'll see.
Just take a seat on your throne and start giving some order.
Don't worry, Jova. You'll see for yourself when the tutorial comes in.
Brigade at every sewer entrance and exit.
You don't have to actually go to the throne. I actually prefer just. Oh, someone posted something on Leafbook.
Ooh, leaf book.
Go ahead, Jova. That's you. The Leafbook
You
moderator.
can't keep a good king down, it seems, and sure enough, Evan has bounced back and is building a brand new kingdom called Evermore with a little help from his faithful friend Roland. I don't know about you, but I, for one, am expecting great things.
All right. People on.
We're doomed.
Yay! Prince Evan's alive.
Seriously?
Wow, just wow!
I'm ashamed to say I was sure he was dead.
The person who saw him earlier was right.
He's building a new kingdom. Really?
So he's planning to get... Sorry, go on.
So he's planning to get Ding Dong Dell back.
But a kingdom needs a kingmaker, doesn't it?
Yeah. Sorry,
Oh,
I think
okay.
I didn't account for.
Well, we get the idea of the general thought.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, but like I was trying to say, you don't actually have to sit in the throne to manage your kingdom, but
It looks nice.
what Jova said. Go ahead.
Oh, now this is what I call a castle. I've always wanted to live somewhere like this. Proper posh like this. Beautiful.
How long have you even been alive?
Did I mention that this game was translated by Welsh people?
Oh, it was?
Well, remember, we already established this in the first game's playthrough, Jova.
Well, I mean, is it the
That's
same
such
for
a-
this game, though?
It's the same. I've already explained this. It's the
Yeah,
same team.
level 5 ended up hiring
Yeah.
the people who localized it.
Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
Not I miss the great clouds of dust that used to blow up the canyon of a deep, blah, 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 blah.
Basically, hold on. Oh, hey, Tony, what's going on?
Hello.
What are you doing?
I can't believe I'm living in a castle. I'm still pinching myself.
My left arm's covered in pinch marks, but it's worth it.
I guess. All right.
Well, so
then.
you keep saying you're still pinching
Basically, every time something happens, I'll go ahead too.
We're better to rule from the comfort of your own throne. Just take a seat and start giving orders when you're ready.
I recommend every time something happens to the story to check back to the throne room, because every time something happens in the story, their positions, our main cast here, changes, and they have new dialogue. So they're always commenting on
maybe lever.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Nah, it's okay.
You already talked to me, man.
I suppose I could use a rest down here. Alright, now what to do? Let's see here. Schedule right taxes here.
Well,
All right,
please,
managing your kingdom.
that's-
Evan can sit down on his throne on Evermore Castle and issue orders to his subjects in order to help his kingdom grow and prosper, and in turn make his adventure easier. You don't kingdom management is not completely obligatory, but it's very helpful. By building facilities, assigning citizens to run them, and having them carry out research into new technologies and techniques, you can open up a whole world of possibilities. And I'm going to explain why. Although this is technically optional, I still recommend doing it, but I'll mention it after this tutorial is done. Facilities include shops, and unique items can be bought, outfitters to make outfits, and of course weapon shops, all that shit. Get building.
I can issue orders. Hey?
King's Guilders are the currency of kingdom management, and are entirely separate from the guilders Evan and his friends can earn elsewhere. So yeah, you need King's Guilders to make stuff. They are necessary for every step of kingdom building, from creating new facilities to upgrading existing facilities to carrying out research at said facilities. Basically, think of Civilization for kids.
Surprised that Evan didn't decide to invent a new coin just for his kingdom.
Why not claim your first clutch of
I
King's
guess we need some
Guilders?
good conversion a bit first.
Yeah, the more subjects you have, the quicker your coffers will accumulate King's Guilders. Right now, it's full. Let's take it. Go ahead, too.
The tireless effort of your citizens have earned you a total of 2,500 kg. Your kingdom is growing every day. Long may it continue.
There you go. Now
Wow,
we can.
not a bad first day.
You! Hi, find me the strongest person
They'll
in the
gradually
castle and
accumulate
tell him
as
to
your
beat the
citizens-
game for me.
Hey.
They'll gradually accumulate as your citizens go about their business, and you can collect them from your kingdom's coffers and when you need them. So basically, keep collecting. Using my PC trainer, I've given myself 99999 King's Guilders for the sake of bridging my recording process.
Of course.
Press A, you dipshit. Thank you. Anyway, you may also be able to earn extra King's Guilders by solving the various day-to-day problems of your beloved citizens. Basically, side quests that are done for your subjects, not so much people outside of give you King's Guilders instead of normal Guilders. You can also see how many King's Guilders you've collected in the main menu, so you don't have to go back to Evermore to check you every single time. Don't worry about that. It's right under your Guilders. So building and developing facilities. It's time to take your hard-earned King's Guilders and spend them on building a new facility.
Alright then.
7 pages? Damn.
Well, Dwebs, there's a lot to kingdom building, so we kind of have to explain this. You can just skip the tutorial if you want to learn for yourself. Anyway, you can select and build the facilities your kingdom will need by selecting Manage Your Kingdom from the menu. Building them will, of course, cost King's Guilders. Basically, you find a place that has that icon right there that you see in the left part. That means you can build something there, so you can just...
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Each and every facility can have a hugely beneficial effect, from opening up new avenues of research to making new items available, so be sure to consider each one carefully. You were saying too?
I need to say, I only see the trailers and this tutorial, but for its structure, it's very similar to also a free-to-play mobile game.
I know, right? I was about to say.
I wouldn't be surprised if Level 5 actually releases a standalone, just a Kingdom Simulator like this for mobile.
It's interesting you say that, Joe, Teo, because he said in an interview that he was considering doing it, actually. So.
But yeah, I was about to say, this reminds me a lot of Disney Magic Kingdoms. Interesting.
One particularly helpful facility to upgrade is your castle, as in doing so will benefit the entire kingdom, broadening its borders so that even more facilities can be built. Basically, upgrading your castle means upgrading your kingdom, but leveling up your castle will cost quite a few King's Guilders. Try upping your influence with a few basic facilities first to improve your coffer-filling capabilities. The first thing you need to do is select Manage Your Kingdom and build up the facilities for each of the 4 ministries surrounding the castle. So basically, right now we can only build 4 facilities, and the game will force us to do so for the sake of tutorial purposes. But trust me, you'll be needing all of these facilities anyway, so it's a good idea.
But you've got like a bajillion coins.
Psst, Dwibs, the game doesn't know that. Anyway,
I do. It's right there in plain sight.
I already platinumed this game on the PS4. I've already completed this fairly, so I don't regret anything. Anyway,
honestly, for the sake of this recording, makes things just easier. I don't mind.
So basically, I'm showing off the
landscape.
The landscape. Basically, our borders, like the side, will increase as we level up our kingdom. But anyway, here's what I love about both the king management mechanics and the skirmish mechanics. One of the big Evan's big arc is that, of course, he's trying to create a great kingdom that Aranella would be proud of, and of course become a great king and serve his subjects. And instead of doing this via cutscenes, the game takes full advantage of the fact that it's a game to literally you're not watching Evan become a great king. You're playing it. You're literally experiencing and playing through every process of Evan's rise to becoming the owner of a great kingdom.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to SimCity Ni no Kuni edition.
As a result, scenes in the later part of the story where Evan, of course, makes like this big speech and everybody's, claiming him and shit, they will feel earned because, well, you've experienced it yourself. You've literally done every step. You've been witnessing every step of the kingdom building yourself by playing it yourself. So Hino said in the PlayStation Experience reveal interview that there will be a lot of great game mechanics, but I want to use them in a way that will enhance the story and the characters, and this is exactly what he meant. This is not just put in there because variety shit. It helps the storytelling process. Anyway, game development research.
Though the variety does help.
Well, of course, but there's an even greater purpose aside from the variety. Most facilities can carry out research of some kind, like in Civilization. This can have all kinds of beneficial effects, from making new items available to helping Evan and his friends. For example, level 1 melee weapon development, as you can see right there, it allows you to create weapons of level 1. In order to research a given topic, you'll need personnel with enough IQ and the King's Guilders to fund their work. Some topics may also have extra requirements, like, for example, having a specific subject that has a very specific ability, for example. Of course, research takes time. When research into a given topic reaches 100%, it will be completed. But the more complex the topic, the more it will take, obviously. The higher the IQ of the personnel involved, the shorter the required time will become, obviously. And if you really want to hurry things up, you can always spend a few more King's Guilders.
Again,
wow, that really is a mobile game.
These actually remind me of something else. I don't know if you tried it yet, but this reminds me of the real estate agency subquest of Yakuza 0.
Don't worry, there are no microtransactions in Ni no Kuni 2.
Well, obviously, it doesn't make sense
of course.
to do them like that.
Yeah, really wouldn't make sense. But I'm guessing it's probably in the same style of it, basically characters and buildings you can set, activities
nature because you're a gangster, basically extorting, shops and everything. But the mechanic is similar. You assign people who are more talented to a specific activities, and then when it's payday, you get the money that you earned.
It says right there: war, ingenuity, spellcraft, and the other thing. Assigning personnel to facilities. Each citizens will have their own special skills as an individual. For example, Gerald, of course, is a specialist in shopkeeping, so obviously it's a good idea to put her in charge of the shop. So yeah, basically put them where you think they'll be best. However, you can always just change them to someplace if you need some extra personnel to help out with a specific amount of research. Try assigning some personnel to the weapon workshop and beginning research into basic melee weapon development. That way you can make yourself some powerful weapons. Anyway, it's a thing too. Like I said, what I love about this is, again, you're literally playing through the entire process of Evan's journey to becoming a great king. You're literally playing through it. As a result, you don't need to rely on cutscenes. Just use gameplay to enhance the story.
BRB.
The players get a higher degree of investment in the kingdom because they built it themselves. Anyway. Alright, so Chinggis has an animal magnetism skill, meaning he's good at farming.
My name is Ching
Batu, on the
Chingus.
other hand, has the bad reputation skill, which means a history of gleeful violence that can boost the hunting lodge's productivity. However, we don't have a hunting lodge yet, so... As for Kumbesh, he's good at the Explorer's Guild, but we don't have an Explorer's Guild yet, so we'll save that for later. For now, let's put these three in charge of weapons.
Might as well.
Research, level 1 melee weapon development, and we can't access any of the others.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing our new character, Cha Chingus.
Alright, since it's a very easy ability to fund, it gets but that's literally only the case because it only requires 116 points, so yeah, there you go. Level 1 melee weapon development.
Also, this guitar rendition of a main theme.
Yeah, it's wonderful, isn't it? Kingdom develop material. Oh, there you go, Dwibs. So this is where Tanya comes in. Good. It looks like your research is complete, but running a kingdom isn't just about research. You also have to get materials. Certain facilities such as farms and mines will allow you to mass materials by assigning personnel to it. There you go, Teo. This is your biggest source of materials for alchemy and shit like that. So it's much easier to get materials in this game compared to the first one. There you go. The items gathered can be collected from your kingdom stores, which are accessible from the kingdom menu. Don't forget to claim your fair share of the bounty of the realm. So yeah, basically the king gets fair share of materials.
All of it. So all of it then.
Your stores your stores can only hold so much though, so you'll need to empty them regularly in order to for your item producing facilities to keep providing you with goods. And you can increase the size of your stores later on when you get an Explorer's Guild facility. Kingdom management is a complex business. We've covered the basics here, but don't be afraid to go over them again. Just go to help in the library section of the main menu if you forgot any of these things. Alright then.
Let's be glad by the fact that Evan is a young king, so he doesn't need to reinstitute the Ius Prima Noctis.
Sure.
Siri?
Yeah, 1 second.
Go ahead, Whips.
So,
go ahead.
So there's ministries in charge of each
Weapons and armor.
weapon and armor.
There are. Speaking of which, we don't have anybody skilled in higgledy management to head up that team.
I wonder, Teo, who do we know is good with higgledies?
The text a bit too small, Siri?
No, it's just that she was doing something.
I had to make some readjustments because I was looking at the visuals and shit.
We are, and without it, we won't be making any development in that area anytime soon.
True, we need to get a higgledy specialist.
What we need to do is recruit somebody. Just have to think of the right person.
I wonder who.
What about Auntie Martha?
Ding, 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 ding. Very good, Evan. Go ahead, Jiri.
Who's she when she's at home?
Is that
Auntie Martha.
is that an expression? Who's she when she's at home? What does that?
I don't know what that's supposed to mean, honestly.
don't know either.
A friend we made on the way to Cloud Coil Canyon.
True. She was the one who taught us about higgledies, so yeah, who better than
Might
her?
as well. I doubt anyone knows more about those little guys than she does.
Alright then. So there we go. Auntie Martha is our first subject to be recruited via a side quest. Go ahead,
Perfect. Let's go and speak to her right away. To Martha's cottage.
Ta-da!
Fitting.
Fortunately, thanks to the travel spell, someone puts something on the leaf book. Let's see. Treasure Time Part 1, but first, Ogre's Goldpaw. After discussing the matter with Niall, we have decided to leave the dice factories in case any curious visitors would like to look around. We hope it will serve to educate future generations about this deeply regrettable episode. So basically, it's being kept there as a piece of history.
As a memorial.
As a memorial for what not to do, and, a piece of history that will... Go ahead, Webs.
Typical of history.
Take a look at this photo. I've hidden something very special, and now it's up for you to find it. The first person to track down the treasure gets to keep it. So come on, what are you waiting for?
Did I already make the joke about Pucci's photos in Super Mario Odyssey?
Hey Teo, we gotta meet the challenge of Hide and Go Seeker.
Yes, that's his name. Hide and Go Seeker.
Puns.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did the Ace Attorney localizers come up?
No,
Sans did.
No, it's just that Hino loves puns as much as Takumi does. Go ahead, too.
The more subjects you can recruit, the better. That way you can fill all the important government positions with the right person for the job.
Indeed.
Do we have to do elections?
No.
We'll talk about that later.
This is a monarchy. We don't have
Likewise, I came for higgledies. Like the little brothers, I never had none.
Oh, how nice. Anyway,
Speaking of little brothers you never had, weird. So he's taken the form of a fairy, but he's actually still a fairy as well.
In the middle of nowhere like that.
We don't know.
Anyone?
Well,
Or is-
I'll bring it up to you that again in part 42. Anyway, go ahead, Shiri.
Can Roland really be from another world? It seems like you've known each other all your lives.
That's foreshadowing.
I wonder.
Let me guess. Evan's father was Roland's soulmate.
No, wait. I got
That
it.
would be weird.
You do know, remember, Shuri, soulmates. Basically, the counterpart to one person from another realm.
Remember that concept from the first
I
game?
know, I'm just trying to think how that would make sense.
Guys, I think I've got it.
Go ahead.
Roland is actually Evan's father, but instead of dying from poison, he was teleported to the United States by the enemy. Had his mind erased, so he thought he was the
I gotta
president.
explain this. Tanya has the Dowser's instant ability, a feel for treasure hunting that can boost the mining camp's productivity. There you go, Dweeb. That's her primary function in the kingdom.
Yeah.
As for Niall, he has the Woodsman's Eye, which means he can boost the lumberyard's productivity.
Basically, he was teleported away and had his mind erased, so that people would think he's the president, and to get the father out of the way. And he just told him Evan died because of poison, just to be a dick. But he
So
came back.
essentially a more
However,
dickish... Oh.
However, the nuke was a warning from Ding Dong Dell that trouble was afoot. So they had to nuke his city, and then he came back into this world and has to make amends with his son.
Considering the civilization
Dweeb, you actually had something of a fear... Oh, you go first, Theo.
Like, considering the civilization parallelism, I really wonder if that was actually really Gandhi.
Also, Dweeb, you had a theory going there until you went uber complex with the whole nuking thing, because basically the first half of your theory is essentially the plot twist of the first Nino Kuni, where, Nate's mom... No, wait, that's wrong protagonist.
You mean Oliver's mom?
Oliver, yes, Oliver's mom. Yes. Oliver's mom, Alicia, merged with his mother in
Soulmate.
in Motorville, because his mother was actually dying, but Alicia then merged with her and gave her a second life, which she then eventually lost when she kind of had a heart attack, saving him from drowning. So maybe something similar happened with that here. My theory, though, is that essentially Roland just happens to be Evans's father's soulmate. I guess he was brought over because of some powers.
I forgot, Pedro, didn't you told us that the concept of soulmates was absent here?
Let's just say it's...
I don't recall him saying that.
I may misremember.
I said as far as I could tell from the trailers too, not so much after. But now that I played the game, I can tell you that it's for the most part not absent. For the most part.
Okay.
All right, then. So what to do now?
Underlined for the most part. Anyway, Geralt, like I said, can handle the shop, and Floyd is of course a cook, so obviously he'll be handling the Kingdom's restaurant.
So, question: can you ever assign, them to different positions that aren't their specialty?
You can. However, they wouldn't be nearly as productive.
Obviously.
I guess.
I mean, obviously, if you put a cook in charge of a weapon shop, obviously, it's not going to be the most productive employee.
Unless it's two stand-up comedian fairies.
Or, yeah, true. Or, hey, maybe one of them's a jack of all trades secretly inside.
It's a good idea. I recommend building the Explorers Guild as one of your first facilities. Why? Because it allows you to research, store more stuff. What is store more stuff? Allow for your material coffers to be bigger, which will mean that while you're gone from the kingdom, you'll be able to accumulate more materials without having to return to the kingdom to empty your stores. So this is actually one of the things I recommend doing first. Right now, you can only amass a total of 15 materials at once, because well, your kingdom is literally just starting out. But again, so it's a good idea to start expanding your stores as one of your first measures. Anyway, everyday a general store. Basically, the advantage of buying in your own kingdom is you get special discounts and items that will not be available anywhere else. All right.
But of course.
So we put Geralt in charge, and there you go. She's right there in front of it. Okay. What else?
These sound effects.
Oh, of course. Tasty's Cook Shop. And a humble bazaar. But we don't have anyone to put in front of a bazaar right now, so let's build a cook shop so that we can put Floyd to work. There you go.
I love how each building has a different architectural style instead of being unified like that.
Yeah. Creativity, dynamism is level 5. Anyway, you'll notice also the influence marker. Every time you accomplish anything, every time you finish research, every time you build something, every time you, well, basically do anything in this, you will increase your influence in the world around you. So basically, the more influence you have, obviously, the easier it would be to, the more reputation you have, obviously. So basically, you cannot build anything outside of those borders because as of right now, these are the only things you can build since, we're kind of starting out. We don't have that big borders yet. Anyway, you don't have to build roads. The roads will automatically get built as you build facilities because, they're for the sake of
The roads build themselves.
for the sake of keeping things simple enough and not overcomplicating things. The game is basically like Jova said, it's basically think of it as a mobile game, basically. Go ahead.
Right now you're young, so no matter how much you're burned, whatever. But let me tell you, you can't keep that up forever. All the hard work starts to take its toll.
Yeah.
Take my advice and look after yourself. Health is one of those things that's easy to lose and hard to get back.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Roland,
Forgot the entire. Let's go ahead.
Roland, speaking of being young, why do we always look chibi like this when we go outside?
Because it's cute. Now shut up.
I mean, I feel like I'm in my baby years all over again, except I can talk.
Go ahead, Joe. Too.
Balancing budget, drafting laws. This is exactly what I've been doing back home. Some things never change, huh? If you ever want to ask about anything, feel free. Running a country isn't easy. Need all the help you can get. I know I did.
So yeah, another great thing is that throughout the entire game, you can always come back to your kingdom and talk to your soldiers because every single person that you recruit will always be either at their facility or just walking around the kingdom. So you can always talk to them. Sometimes they'll even give you materials that they found. They always get new dialogues with every time the main story moves forward. So you always get to see how your new subjects are. So the game gives you everything you need to properly get acquainted with your kingdom. Go ahead, Joe.
Alright then. Oh, hi there, Your Majesty! Look!
A bit deeper.
I've opened up my shop over here. This is as fine as a shop as you'll find within a few thousand leagues. Whatever you might make of it, but it ain't to say it can't even be better. Oh no, upgrade the old place and there ain't no telling when manner and marvels will be getting in stock. But I found a range of medicines won't be expanding anytime soon unless you can do a little research somewhere else to broaden the old knowledge pool.
True.
Anyway, there's enough about the old place for now. Now, I'll get back to me shopkeeping and drop by any time, Your Majesty. And if you want me to repeat me little spiel there, I can do that for you too. Loves the sound of my own voice, does I? Now, do you fancy a spot of shopping or what?
There you go, hold on. There you go, the Jova. That's the voice I want you to try to imitate. There you go.
Welcome. There we go.
Thank you.
You're
Alright,
welcome.
you'll notice there, on the top right corner, available materials level 1 and available medicines level 1. Basically, every time you level up the shop, your available materials will also level up. However, like she said, in order to increase your available medicines, you need to do research at another facility that research medicines.
I wonder what's the best and strongest level.
I do wonder indeed.
It's actually not 5, it's 4.
Oh, missed opportunity.
I'm surprised too.
Really?
I'm surprised too. Alright. Teo, I'm guessing maybe he thought he was already using this joke too much in recent times. Anyway.
I guess.
Alright, Flatbone. Basically, I'm getting any materials that I don't have yet that she's managed to get her. Ooh, a high tide shell. Basically, every time you assign one of your citizens to a facility is specialized at, specifically, like, for example, Geralt as the shopkeeper, a certain other spellcaster we're going to get later as at the dispellery. She actually shows up in model, and even has a little voice clips. And here's another example. Lloyd. Just look at it, Your Majesty. It's wonderful, incredible, my very own restaurant. And it's all thanks to you. I'm sure your mind is usually occupied with more important matters than your dinner, but I'll teach you the wonders of fine cuisine if it's the last thing I do.
Oh, great.
I offer a very unique service here. You see, unlike other restaurants, I cook things with whatever ingredients my customers happen to bring me.
You're doing away.
That includes poison.
And the recipes I cook are guaranteed to bring out the best in their ingredients, be it their ability to heal, or to make you stronger, or even more intelligent. Basically,
And don't accidentally mix Vigrain into it.
Wow,
basically,
you made it sound like you went through puberty.
Basically, taking a cue from the Tale series, you can eat meals to get temporary buffs.
Yeah. Again, it's surprising how, despite being still self-published in Japan, Level 5 seems to be committed to make so many references to other Namco Bandai IPs.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and
Doesn't surprise me.
Well, Tales of Series has gotten popular in the West recently, so...
Well, not just that, Pedro, like I mentioned, comparison between stuff like, for example, Dark Souls or Dot Hack, for example.
Mm-hmm. Now, is there anything you'd like me to whip up for you while you're here?
You said that already.
Alright, as of right now, I can only cook this, freshly baked bread. And yeah, like he said, every time you cook something, that particular meal becomes purchasable. So you don't have to buy the same... you can still cook the same meal again if you have the materials, and you don't want to spend any money. But I do recommend spending the money for the sake of keeping materials for other possible things that you haven't crafted yet.
Alright then.
Alright everybody, so that was the basics of kingdom building. In the next part, we move on with the story. So, see you then.
Alright.
We'll be on the test later on.
See ya.
See ya.
Yeah.